Good evening, GCISD, and welcome to a whole new virtual world in GCISD. We welcome you to the 2021 school year as we kick it off in a virtual online way. I'm your host, Courtney Irvin, and I am a learning liaison at Grapevine Elementary School. You can call me a genie. I'm here to grant you 3 wishes for a successful new school year. If you're new to GCISD elementary schools in grades 1 through 5, or if you are a brand new pre-K kinder family, we welcome you all. Thank you for joining the best district. There are some things that you're going to want to know for you and your child to ensure that you have a great start to the year next week when school starts on Monday. 3 things such as ClassLink, WebEx, and Seesaw are vital tools that we use to create a digital learning online community. So, wish number 1 has been granted. We're going to dive into ClassLink. The purpose of ClassLink is it's like a grand central station for all the things. It's a central hub that houses so many digital tools, technology, apps, and resources that we have available to provide awesome, engaging education to your student. So let's take a tour and learn more. Like, what does it look like? How can my child log into ClassLink? How do we navigate it to access what we need? And what are some important features? So, ClassLink, the app on the device, would look like this, or it could look like this one with the GC in it and the sign on with the username and password. Children in pre-K through 2 typically are still learning their letters, numbers, and trying to remember how to log in with a username and password. So we have what we call a quick card, and we can generate an individualized sign on card so that it's easier for them to scan and access what they need. So for our younger folks, this is the card that you would probably want to ask for from the teacher or the campus liaison. They should be able to get that for you. All right, let's click in to learn a little bit more about it. Once they're able to sign on, either with the Click card if they're younger grades or the upper grades, if they'll sign in with a username and password that the teacher or the class or this campus liaison can give to them, they'll come sign into ClassLink and it will come to a page that looks similar to this, where it houses many icons that take them to lots of resources that are available that our district has provided for them. And these are great. Not only are they engaging, but these are really awesome tools that are educational. Now, within ClassLink, like I said, another app or 2 that's going to be vital to success at the start of the school year is going to be WebEx and Seesaw. And you can find those here once you've logged into ClassLink. So, Seesaw looks like this, like almost like a butterfly or a colorful bow. And then you have the blue colored circle for WebEx meetings. We'll talk more about those in just a little bit. The features I wanted to point out in the ClassLink hub are the search bar if they need to search for something. If it's not showing up in the search when you type something in with your kid, you can go to the plus button off to the top left where it says Open App Library. Now, for the children, they will have just GCISD student apps. They won't have access to all the apps or staff apps, but they can click and they'll be on the student apps and they can search for an icon app that maybe hasn't been added to their main page, or main ClassLink hub. And they can just simply click add and it will show up right in here. That is something that teachers may ask in the future very soon for your student to add something so they have access to it fairly quickly. It will be user friendly, and that is always a good thing. So that's a little bit about ClassLink. Remember, it looks like this, and it's a main hub that houses lots of really important tools that we have provided to your kiddos. Now, your second wish is granted. WebEx is a really important thing for us to kick off the start of school because its purpose is for us to connect live in a virtual classroom setting. This is where they can go online and be with their peers and their teachers. That's really important in a time like this when we're not really able to be together in a physical classroom. Let's take a tour and learn a little bit more about WebEx. Like, what does it look like? How does your child access it? And what are some other important features to notice in WebEx? Like I said, WebEx is in ClassLink and it looks like this. And now this is an iPhone, but it's relatively similar to the iPad, which many of our students have. And you'll notice in the WebEx meeting, they'll have where they can hang up or close out. They'll have the video and the microphone. Video can turn on and off the camera to be visible or not. The microphone is the audio to be heard or not. And they can also see pictured thumbnails of their classmates and teacher there, as well as themselves. So, those are some important things. Some other features to look for in WebEx are the participants. If they click the little person, they can see all of their classmates. To click the chat box to type a response or share something in the chat box that their teacher might be asking them to do, then they would click the bubble, like a speech bubble. To something else, let's see. This one's the video camera on or off, and the sound mic button on or off. It's important to remember that when we enter WebEx, if we will have our if we'll have our camera off and our sound off, it helps whenever there's low bandwidth. It also helps with not having all of the echoing or the sound interferences and other things like that. It really can help create a better online digital learning environment if we adhere to some of those norms. Now, teachers will have specific etiquette and expectations that they'll go over with the child about how to display that awesome digital citizenship in the online classroom community. So be looking for that soon. I'm going to move on to wish number 3, which is Seesaw. This is the other and our third and final app that we're going to really explore today because it's going to be a vital one to your child's success, especially the start of this school year, as it is very unique. Now, Seesaw's purpose is what I like to call the 3 A's: activities, assignments, and announcements. A lot of those things will be housed in Seesaw as it is our main learning management system. Let's look a little bit deeper into Seesaw, like what it looks like, how the child accesses it, and how they navigate it, or some important features. So, how they access and log in is once they've been in ClassLink, they go to the Seesaw icon, click on it, and go in. There will be different classes depending on their teacher, whether it's specials or if they have different teachers for different subjects, or if they just have the main homeroom teacher. There, it's all there within their Seesaw. So it's important that they go through ClassLink to log in so they can access what they need. They'll see activities their teacher has posted or assignments that the teacher wants them to complete, or an announcement with links to a video or announcement about what's coming up, all kinds of different things. So it is important for students to really get a grasp and understanding of how to navigate Seesaw and how to locate those activities and assignments and announcements. Let's move on to go a little bit deeper in what Seesaw could look like. So, a child may engage in activities that are posted by adding a photo, a video, a drawing. They may add a note where they type something or take a picture of something that they did to upload. This is a very user friendly application for students to be able to just, at a click of a button, do what they need to do to perform the task or activity that has been assigned to them. As you can see a little bit over here is kind of the look of what the child's seesaw would look like as far as what class they are in. Now, this student particularly is in a kindergarten adventures class and has been provided or has been asked to complete an assignment and upload their assignment here. And they can also see um, their classmates' work. Sometimes they're able to comment on their classmates' work. Parents are sometimes and most usually encouraged and asked to uh, be a part of the seesaw class as well so they can comment and look at their child's work, but not necessarily other or each other's work or other children's work. Let me just go into a seesaw really quickly to give you more. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go in through Class Link just as if a child would. Pardon me as I navigate there. Thank you for being patient. So, as I've logged in, much like many of the children will that are in the upper grades that are really good at remembering their numbers and letters and knowing their username and password, I logged in and I'm going to go and access Seesaw here. And because I had already logged in to Class Link, it automatically signed me in to Seesaw, which is super helpful for a student. So I can access different classes just by going in the top left corner. And that's what's going to be really important for the student to be able to see the different classes that they have. They may have a specials teacher, they may have a GT teacher, they may have a special services teacher, then they have their regular teacher, or they might also have multiple teachers for different content subject for their grade. It really just depends. But they'll need to be able to toggle back and forth to the different classes if they have multiple teachers and have multiple assignments for different um, subjects. So it's important that they learn how to go back and forth and they look at their activities that they're able to click on and participate in. There's also the journal, there's activities, there's things in the inbox, such as announcements or messages that the teacher has posted. So, this is like another grand central station or a hub within Seesaw for more content and classroom related things. So, outside of the classroom is more Class Link, a lot of things that you can find in Class Link, and more detailed educational activities, assignments is in Seesaw, and WebEx is the more live lesson connection. So, hopefully, this tutorial has taught you about The differences and the importance of the main three tools that we're using to launch our school year in a digital way as we keep everyone safe right now. Extra are lots of the learning apps that I talked about earlier that are available through our awesome district are iExcel, Epic, Safari Montage, Pebble Go, Brain Pop Junior. Those are just some of the frequently used learning tools that teachers often use to help them engage the students in the content and it allows them to learn in a really fun, engaging way. So, teachers utilize these resources to help them teach and help students learn. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and we are wishing you a magical school year. Again, I'm Courtney Irvin, Campus Liaison at Grapevine Elementary. If you need any support, you can contact me, you can contact your child's teacher, or your campus learning liaison. Have a great school year.